Introducing CalCardo. So we're going to go log in here. We're going to sign up with Google. This is just using Superbase as our initiator. Then we can go fill out the steps for the setup. So using a time zone. Now we're going to connect your Google Calendar. We're not going to connect with Gmail yet, just Google Calendar. This allows us to edit it, delete stuff, add calendars, see calendars, edit calendars, all that. So going through that process right now. This is what I'm making this video for, is to get verified. So you can see it's connected successfully. Now we're all set. So as you can see, this is our calendar. Nothing there yet. So on our calendar, this means some big events, like algebra and lunch. So I'm going to go over to integrations. You can see our connected calendar. It's just the calendar, not the Gmail access. You can add that later. Then we have the CalCardo that has been added. That is the default shortcut that we add. That is basically the calendar that we add to. Then we can also create a new shortcut, which we can set to being the primary calendar. This is where the current events are added. So we can name that primary. You can set the color. We'll just set the default for now. And now we can enable sync. Now, when we enable sync here, this basically lets us choose how many months back we want to add. So those events will be synced to CalCardo. So as you can see on the calendar, those events have popped up. You can see which ones are repeat and which ones are normal. You can see it goes to May 6th. If we go on our calendar over to May 6th, you can see it stops there. Makes sense. Lunch 10 to 11. You can see simple right there. There's lunch. If we go ahead and edit this, we can add a short description. This does not show up on the calendar, but this description here does. Test. You can edit other stuff. You can edit the frequency. You can edit if it's free, but it's private or not, and edit the other information that's for our site. Also, update the title to be lunch with friends. Save it, and this will update the event on our Google Calendar, as you can see here. There it is. You can see the test and the description. Now we're going to go back, and we are going to go. Okay, so now we're going to head on over to the chat feature. This chat feature, we're going to ask a simple question. Basically, what events do I currently have on my calendar? And after it sends, which takes a couple seconds, you'll see it can see the events, so have a little text blurb, and then it shows what event is currently on my calendar. We're going to revise that with chat, saying, hey, can you make it for 1 p.m. instead with my friend Jack? Now it should technically revise the event, but here we actually had a bit of an issue where it tried to create a new event. That's okay. We can just ask it again. Hey, you actually create a new event instead. So here we're gonna have. So here we have it now creating an update for an event. You can do this for any events on your calendar. So we're going to apply the update. And now as you can see, lunch with friend, instead of 10 to 11, it is now 1 to 2. You can see a chunk right down there. And it says with Jack. So, or, yeah. Now we can create a new chat. In chat, we're going to send this message. This is basically creating a lunch with my friend, and then another event is creating 2 events here. Lunch with a friend, and beforehand, walk in the park. Now, you can see here, creates the 2 events. You can add them to our calendar. You can see nothing is there currently. After you add them, it will populate. I can see they have both been added. You can see in the calendar. After we refresh, you can see both of them are there. That 1 hour buffer in between. Now we're going to ask for another event, which is swimming with Jack every Saturday until May 10th. This is going to be a recurring event, so you should see multiple events here on the calendar. You see, it also creates a nice emoji that describes and depicts what the event actually is. So we'll add this to our calendar. After it adds it to our calendar, we'll check it out, and we're going to see basically that it has been created, it's added. You can see it goes up to May 9th, which is right before May 10th when he leaves for Bali. Lucky. Now we're going to update this. This new message will update the event, and it will update the recurrence so that it removes the recurrence on the 9th. As you can see, here is the update, so we will apply this update, and then from there we can check on the calendar, and you can see it's no longer on the 9th, but it is indeed still on the previous other dates. After doing the chats, we can now head over to the inbox. Before we do that, we have to connect the email account, because currently we only have the calendar connected. So we're going to add Gmail access, and we'll go through the whole sign-in process again. You can add as many email accounts as you want. Again, this is currently unverified, but this is videos in hopes to verify it. You can see all we're doing is reading emails, that's all. And of course the settings too. But now that it's connected successfully, you can see connected there. Currently no pub sub is active, but that will change soon. So currently we can sync. This is syncing manually to your email. Of course, there's going to be no new emails to sync because we just synced it. Alright, we just added your Gmail. So now you will see there's no emails currently, but we will send this email, which is basically a night out, having s'mores today at 9 p.m. So we send the message, and then we wait for it. Now the message has arrived. Of course, you don't have to actually wait for it here. I'm just showing you that it's arrived. This is basically going to pull all the new emails, and we'll run it through a filter. And as you can see, it has popped up. The AI has processed it, got all the details out, has the correct date and time, and we can view the original email that has been sent to double check the information if needed. And we can either edit it, ignore it, accept. We can edit it and see the details that the AI has added, time zone, and then we can accept it onto our calendar. Currently, there is nothing at that time, and we can accept. We can add it to private visibility, and we can choose a calendar. We'll do primary for now, edit, and this will add it to our calendar. Now you can see there's no more events. We'll then go to today and scroll all the way down to the bottom after refreshing just to double check. And you can see it has appeared and all the details are there just as it was. And if you go back to calendar on our application, you can see that it has also been added there, and you can edit it, and this also means you can edit it with CalChat.